Hi, Libra. Don't know what to expect here. I'm going to tap in to your energy. I ask my wise angels to guide me always with insights, wisdom, compassion, genuine authenticity, and deeper truths. You are gifted. Knowledgeable. Clairvoyant. What I meant by gifted. You're not somebody to in this case, you have your times when you're really, really serious. And perhaps in those times when you are serious, they may not take you seriously. It seems like when you're really getting serious about yourself, or you're getting serious about a situation, or you're getting serious about your life in general, overall, it seems like they're not taking you seriously. Perhaps this is where people mistake you a lot. I'm getting that in times when you are serious, don't afraid to speak up about it to people. Sometimes I'm getting this feeling, sometimes you may think you are being too serious. Sometimes you think you're being too serious, and maybe you are. And this is where the balance comes in. Because maybe at times when you're serious, or when you're too serious, you're even asking yourself, should I be this serious? You could have a female in your life, Queen of Cups, who gives you the balance you need when you are in this serious mode. They instantly bring some kind of balance in your life. They are also somebody who is a bit quirky, if that's the word. That's what you probably call it, quirky. and you like it. Because, like I said, you get a bit serious, too serious. And you need a little bit of fun in your life. Not that there is anything wrong, and I'm following the rhythm here. Not that there is anything wrong with you being serious. It just comes to a point where you need to take a break from it. And you need a little bit more fun. Just like how, like, there's different colors in this card, on this card, right? I sense playfulness, right, on this card. And you may not know at times you need that playful rest. And this female, whoever this female is, they give you that kind of balance that you need. Somebody may find you very interesting at this time. I'm speaking to someone here. Somebody finds you very interesting at this time. Libra, I don't know why I was about to call you Cancer. Libra, your energy is super chill. Like, I don't really have to say anything in this reading right now. I could literally do this reading without saying anything, and then towards the end I could be like, all right, cool, we're good, we're done. I could literally end it right now and you'd be like, yep, that's pretty much it. Okay. Your energy is super chill. And this is what this female finds very, very intriguing. You may be one calling out to them at this time, but not in a boisterous way. Is that a word? Boisterous. Not in a very loud way. Not in a way where you're like constantly nagging at them and you're constantly like bothering them. Not in that way. You're calling out to them with your silence. But there's something about your silence that calls out to them very, very much. Very intriguing, and you actually find this very intriguing that they're intrigued by you, because you may think to yourself, well, I'm a really boring person. I don't know why they would think I'm intriguing, but you're calling out to them. What is going on, Libra? But you're calling out to them, like in a way where you're not saying much. but they can feel you. In this case, it could be like emotionally and mentally, whatever that means. Excuse me while I take my dog out. Excuse me. And so whatever it is that you're doing, Libra, it's like, it's working, you're calling out to them, and somehow it's bringing balance to both of you. This female may need your energy, and 1111, you need theirs. So it's like a mirror effect. It's like a mirror thing. You both mirror one another. You both can also be very knowledgeable. You both are very much gifted. You both have mastered something, whether this would be in terms of where you are in your career, where you are with yourself, what you have accomplished. This could be also in terms of like mastering a skill. You both have, I just heard a sense of style. Okay. But it's also not one where both of you are flaunting this and showing this off. It's loud in a way where you don't have to do anything. It's effortless, and it speaks for you, and it speaks very loudly. You both have this type of swag, if you will, that you both carry, that you mirror to one another, to each other. And whether you both know it or not, emotionally, you feel one another. Mentally, you think about one another. 1313 when I said that. And you may not even express this to one another, because this could be something that is divinely guided and has been divinely guided. It's nothing that you have to even push or try and force. To do anything. But it's an energy that always lingers and always follows, if that makes sense. It follows. And you follow, Libra. And then they follow. It's like a pendulum. There's an impact. There's an influence. One, your turn, your turn, your turn, your turn. And then it's your turn, and then it's your turn. So it's like you're both moving in the same rhythm, with or without you even knowing. Have you guys ever seen the movie Frequency? It's on Tubi. I believe it's on Tubi, where they both meet, okay, at a very young age they met. And One is working off of a higher frequency, while the other, I believe it's the boy who's working off of a lower frequency, while the girl is working off of a higher frequency. Now, when they come together, and they're both facing each other, how do I even explain this? They have to figure out a way to be in the same frequency, to be in the same flow together. But it is like each time they meet, every time, and they only get a minute with one another, okay, and then time's up. If you watch it, you'll understand what I'm talking about. It's something that you really have to like use your brain. That type of movie, it's called Frequency. And sorry if I'm lagging a little bit, because I don't want to explain this incorrectly. He is trying to manipulate, I don't know if I want to use that word, manipulate, trying to get to the same frequency as her. Her frequency is too high for him, and his frequency is too low for her. So together, to both be in the same frequency, to both meet each other in the middle, in the same frequency, they kind of have to do some calculations. All throughout the movie, they have to do some kind of calculation to get to a point where they both are just in the same in one. I explained that very poorly, but I would suggest, I just got a ringing in my ear again. I would suggest to watch that movie, because that's what it is reminding me of. In the movie, in the school that they are attending, if you have a higher frequency, you're qualified in the school that they go to, right? You're qualified. You're pretty much considered as a genius, right? You're pretty much qualified. But if you're working off of a lower frequency, you're not good enough. But it's not that this boy that was working off of a lower frequency, it's not that he's not a genius. He's just a genius in a different field. May not be in the same field as the girl, right? And that's why they're not meeting in the middle. But in the movie, if you have a lower frequency at the school they attend, you're not qualified. It means that you're not good enough. And so what the principal was suggesting is to transfer him to a different school that best fits where he's at with his frequency. And his mom refused. Pretty much, his mom was not happy because the principal was pretty much telling the mom that her son is dumb, right? But he's not. He just know of things that is in a different field. I don't know if I'm making sense, but he is still a gifted child. He may not have been working off of a higher frequency, but he knew how to calculate things. And in this case, to get to that girl, to meet her in the middle, right? Because he likes this girl. And in order to meet her in the middle, he would have to calculate the time difference. And he did this time and time and time and time again until they got older. So it's like, excuse me, let me let my dog in. So in order for both of them to be on the same frequency, it's like he never gave up on her. He knew something about her that he was very intrigued about. It almost was like, it almost is like, well, how do you explain love? How do you explain when you're in love with somebody? How do you explain when you have come to an understanding and it's not anything that you can explain with words? It's not anything that you can describe with words, but as soon as you see it, you know that that one's yours. I suppose only time will tell, right? Only time can really tell. And that's what it is. It's time, it's frequency, it's calculating time, it's going with the rhythm, going with the flow. It's always keeping yourself at a balance. But perhaps in this case, you, Libra, and this other person, your person, are both working in the same rhythm. You may be just like I said, you guys are both gifted at something, and you know this, Libra. And you may even see this in your person. Okay. And you just know in your mind that they are your person. It's like you're not holding yourself back. You're shooting for the prize. I'm picturing somebody with a bow and arrow, okay? And you're like, you have the bow and arrow, and you are shooting for your prize, and you have been for quite some time. You know, and it's very strategic at the same time. You know exactly. It's your type of calculation, Libra. And you guessed it, is a very specific reading that I'm doing here, okay? So hear me. because this feels a bit unique. This feels a bit unique. You're not giving up on this, Libra. And although you know it's been quite some time, you have a very, very sharp knowing that this one is yours. You're one having to take control over this. But I'm not saying control as like in an unhealthy way. No, it's like, what did I say about the bow and arrow? You see how he's holding the bow and arrow? Knight of Coins. You're not giving up on it. This is just how your brain works, Libra. You may not understand emotionally what love means. Are you hearing me? You may not understand the meaning of love in terms of emotions. But this is what I mean by you've calculated this. And you're certain that this is your person. This is how you make sense of love. You calculate it with time, energy, frequency. You don't comprehend love with emotion. Although your person may understand love and emotions with emotions. But you understand love in your logic. And you see what you want. And you're gonna go for what you want. And you already know this. It's just time. It's the timing. You know, it's like when somebody's hunting for deer. So strategic, so focused. You have them. You got them. You may not have them in your arms physically, but you know that they're always going to be there because, well, you're meant to be together. You're literally meant. You always come back to one another. You come back always to each other. Even if you're gone for a little bit and they're gone for a little bit, you always come back to one another. It's inevitable. It's something that cannot ever be apart. The pendulum doesn't do this. Or does it? No, it goes like this. right? And it doesn't do this unless you hold it up and then it comes together again. But the pendulum does this. And only time will tell. And time always says, we're both meant to be in this moment right here, right now. Me and you and I. Time always brings us back together. And when it does, it's like bright as day, and nothing can really stop the both of you from having this moment together. It is timeless. It is, in fact, unbreakable because it's always meant to be attached, merged, intact. Belong together. I belong to you, you belong to me, we belong to one another. It's inevitable. And it's unbreakable. This is how you understand the word love. This is how you understand love. This has been a very interesting reading. Good luck, Libra. I'll see you later.